He was arrested at midnight. No warrant. No explanation. Aamir was only 22 years old. A delivery rider. Someone who spent his days racing against time, not the law. That night, as he stopped his bike near his street, 3 masked men grabbed him. No sirens. No uniform. No questions. Neighbors watched from behind closed doors. No one spoke. By morning, Aamir's name was already inside a police file. The charge was serious. Member of an armed group. Aamir had never held a weapon, but the system didn't need proof. It only needed a name. And once his name entered the file, his life no longer belonged to him. But this was only the beginning, because what was written inside the file was more dangerous than the arrest itself. By the time the sun rose, Aamir was no longer a person. He was a case number. Inside the police station, a file was prepared, typed, stamped, signed. Everything looked perfect. The report claimed Aamir was arrested during a routine operation. It mentioned a weapon. It mentioned witnesses. But there was a problem. The weapon was never recovered. The witnesses? Their statements were identical, word for word. CCTV cameras from the street where Aamir was taken? They had malfunctioned that night. Still, the media headline was ready by evening. Terror suspect arrested in major operation. No trial. No evidence shown. No chance to speak. The file had spoken for him. And in this system, once the file speaks, no one listens to the truth. While the world believed the file, someone else was desperately trying to prove that her son was still innocent. Every morning, Aamir's mother stood outside the police station. Same place, same silence, same fear. In her hands were a few papers, Aamir's ID card, his delivery job letter, and a photo from his last birthday. She asked the same question every day. Can I see my son? The answer never changed. The case is under investigation. No officer looked her in the eyes. No one explained the charges. No lawyer was allowed to meet Aamir. Days turned into weeks. Inside the station, the file grew thicker. Outside, a mother grew weaker. She was not asking for favors. She was asking for proof. But the system doesn't answer mothers. It only answers files. And somewhere behind those walls, Aamir waited for a chance that never came. 3 weeks later, the system decided the case was over. 3 weeks had passed since Aamir's arrest. Then came the call. Inside the station, Aamir was declared dead. The official reason? Medical complications. No post-mortem report shown to the family. No investigation. No one held accountable. The file? It was stamped case closed within hours. The headlines were quick and clean. Suspected terrorist dies in custody. No questions. No protests. No justice. Outside the station, his mother waited, carrying hope that had long since turned to fear. But the world saw only a number. Inside the system, truth didn't matter. Only paperwork did. And once the file declares you guilty, your voice vanishes. Your life vanishes. Your story disappears. But even if the system forgets, the truth cannot be erased. Some files are closed, but their stories are not. Today, Aamir's name has been removed from the system, but his story is still alive. Another young man will one day replace his file. Another accusation. Another family waiting outside the station. Because in this system, truth is optional. But paperwork is permanent. Once the file says you're guilty, proving innocence becomes impossible. Yet, even if the system forgets, some stories refuse to die. They live in whispers. They live in memories. They live in the hearts of those who remember. And this is one of those stories. If you believe every file has 2 sides, and every story deserves to be told, subscribe to this channel. Because some files are closed, but their truth is never gone.